What's up, everyone? It's Jermaine with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about what to do if you owe back taxes, okay? From Uber, Lyft, from Sidecar, from anything. What to do. So let's say you file your taxes for last year, okay? And let's say you made $50,000 and you had $25,000 in deductions. So your taxable amount is $25,000, all right? So you're gonna have to pay taxes on that $25,000. And let's say that you didn't save any money, okay? So roughly at the end of the year, or around, the 15th of April, you're gonna be looking at a tax bill from anywhere from like $4,000 to about $6,000 that you're gonna have to pay. And let's say it's $6,000. And let's say you know that you can't pay it. Like, let's say you think to yourself, like, I don't have $6,000. Like, I'm barely making money to survive. Like, I can't pay it. What do you do? Okay. I heard some people say that they're not going to pay the IRS. That is the worst possible move you can pull. Okay. Running from the IRS is something that you do not want to do. No. For example, let's say you have a credit card. You charge $1,000 in your credit card and you just don't pay it. The thing about a credit card is you can just not pay it. It's going to go to collections. Collections, they're going to call you and call you and call you, and the interest is going to, make the balance a lot higher than what you originally borrowed. But if you don't want to pay it, it's going to go on your credit and you can actually not ever pay it. It's going to hurt your credit. It's always going to be there, but you can get away with not paying it. The IRS, on the other hand, they show no mercy to people who don't pay, okay? They will go into your bank account and start to deduct money out of your bank account, okay? You have to pay the IRS. If you can't pay the IRS, you have options, okay? For example, let's say you made a lot of money last year because you were doing one gig, but then this year you're not making the same amount of money. Well, the IRS, they're not going to look at you and say, you better pay us all of our money in 2 months or 3 months. No, they actually look at the situation like, wow, you probably can't pay us. What can you pay us? They want to make reason with you. If you have a balance of like $6,000, if you can't pay $6,000 up front, they're going to want to know, what can you pay? Can you pay $100 a week? Can you pay $300 a month? They're actually willing to work with you. A lot of people think that the IRS is like this big scary giant who is just this evil monster, but really they're not. Like, maybe they had that reputation in the 80s, but nowadays, if you owe them money and you call them right now and you say, look, I owe you money and I can't pay you all at the same time, what can I do? They will for sure work with you. They will work out a payment plan. And if you don't even want to talk to anyone on the phone, if you file your taxes on April 15th, okay, you have up until October 15th to go online, and you can set up a payment plan online without even talking to anyone. So you have that option. Okay. Now, that was for last year. Now, you were messed up on taxes last year, and now you want to get on track. So you call the IRS, you set up a payment plan. But that's for last year's taxes. So this year, you're still going to have to cover this year's taxes. So what you want to start doing, so you won't ever have this problem again, is you want to start paying money to the IRS quarterly. How do you pay quarterly? It's really simple. Okay, at the end of every quarter, you can pretty much mail in a payment to the IRS. Okay, so what you want to do is every quarter you want to pay. So every week you should start saving. So how much should you save? For example, let's say that your Uber statement says that you made $1,000. Okay, obviously you didn't make $1,000. You made less than that because you have to subtract gas, you have to subtract your phone, you have to subtract, car insurance, you have to subtract all of this. So out of that $1,000, subtract your gas, and you want to set aside, now you're looking at what, $900 if it's $100 in gas. Now you want to set aside maybe $150 or $100. Okay. Next week, let's say you drive a lot and you make $2,000. Okay. You subtract your gas, which will be, let's say for me, it'll be, if I make $2,000, I'm probably going to spend $200 in gas. So pretty much how I like to do it is I like to just like subtract the gas and then set aside, like, let's say it's $1,000 I make in a week. I like to subtract the gas and then set aside like anywhere from 20 to 15% of that amount. And then at the, after 3 months, then I want to subtract stuff like car payments and gas and phone bill. By that time, then I know how much I need to actually send to the IRS for those 3 months. There's actually a lot of ways you can do this. I just do it this way because I find it pretty simple. And if you send 4 quarterly payments, it will make, if you mail in 4 payments to the IRS, 4 quarterly payments, and you've already did your taxes for those, 3 months, and you've did all your deductions for those 3 months, by the end of the year, it's going to be really easy. You can just add up everything that you have already sent in, and bam, like, it's going to be much simpler than having a big pile of receipts at the end of, the tax season, and, you're going through all your receipts, and you're adding up these numbers, and you're adding up this, and that's just last minute. But if you do the quarterly system, man, like, it will be so easy at the last minute. You will be chilling, and all of your friends will be doing their taxes at the last minute. That's what you don't want to do. Guys, remember, you have to pay your taxes. Like, the IRS can do crazy stuff. Like, if you own a house, the IRS can take your house. If you own a car, the IRS can take your car. So if you think that, you can do Uber and you can make like $5,000 or $7,000 and you can just get away and not pay, over time, the $7,000 would increase. Like, there's penalties and there's interest. It'll increase, and then they'll call you, and the $7,000 is worth a lot more, and then they're gonna demand their money. That's when they demand money. Like, when they're like, look, we want our money. But if you call them when the balance is what it actually is, that the balance that you should be paying, if you call them and set up a plan and say, look, I'm struggling, like, I can't do this, like, I need to make a payment plan, they'll work with you. If you run from them, they're gonna make it hard, And I don't know what else the IRS can do. I know they can take your car, your house. I mean, they can also, like, garnish your wages. That could be a nightmare, Could you imagine going to the bank, like, you just got paid for Uber, you just got your $2,000, you referred 2 people and you drove like crazy, made $1,000. You go to the bank, you try to withdraw money, and it says like no available funds, and you realize that your account is negative because the IRS like said, we're gonna take $2,500 out of your account, and you only had $2,000 in there. Guys, please pay the IRS. Like, I'm not saying that, this is gonna happen tomorrow if you don't, but do the right thing. Like, pay the IRS. Like, we need tax dollars. Like, look at these roads that we drive on. We need tax dollars. So, guys, just pay your taxes. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. And if you think that this video will help someone that share it. Make sure they get it. Because, guys, I don't want to see, like, other drivers struggling. Like, if it's, car payments or back taxes or whatever, I want drivers to succeed. So, guys, thanks for watching. Peace. That's a wrap.